Warning, you might find the content herein disturbing, but the truth must be revealed.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visite suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Nasze programy oferują wiele języków. Prosimy zobaczyć suprememastertv.com/schedule.
It is telling us, the earth is telling us we have to change. And there is this one light that you see at the end of the tunnel. And you see that light, and that's non-violence. If you have a system of normalized non-violence in place, everything will be fine. The planet will be fine, we'll be fine, the animals will be fine. So we have that solution, and we just have to go grab it and take it, right? And build the structure around it so that we can now transition to that.
The End of Animal Husbandry, Part 2 of 2. Continue watching to find out more.
Murao means hello in Kinyarwanda, the official language of Rwanda. I'm Luis. The people of Rwanda thank you for being conscious in your actions that caring for the animal friends and the environment. Welcome to the concluding episode of The End of Animal Husbandry, Part 2 of 2. In Part 1, we learned that many slaughterhouses in the USA were temporarily shut down because of their high number of COVID-19 outbreaks. We also learned how millions of animals have recently died from pandemics in the animal world. Supreme Master Shinkai explained that all this death and destruction is occurring as a karmic consequence of the widespread killing of animals for meat consumption. What can we do to change this dire situation in which we find ourselves? In the documentary Countdown to Year Zero, Dr. Cela, founder and executive director of Climate Healers and a Shining World Award for Earth Protection Laureate, shares his thoughts.
The world that we are in now is based on normalized violence, which is really about killing things off. And we are killing things off at such a fast pace that we are in danger of killing ourselves as well. That's a frenzied rate of killing. And all because we are making money. Somebody is making money off of all this killing. It is telling us, the earth is telling us we have to change. And there is this one light that you see at the end of the tunnel. And you see that light, and that's non-violence. If you have a system of normalized non-violence in place, everything will be fine. The planet will be fine, we'll be fine, the animals will be fine. So we have that solution, and we just have to go grab it and take it, right? And build the structure around it so that we can now transition to that.
Dr. Rao explains that normalized non-violence means our world must shift to being organic and vegan. The Climate Healers members discussed how to accelerate this transition and concluded with the following demands and pleas.
Our demands: government stop subsidizing animal agriculture and start promoting organic plant agriculture.
2. Media report the truth about animal agriculture's devastating impact on human health, the environment, and our fellow creatures.
We plead 1. Environmental, conservation, health, animal welfare, and religious organizations adopt a public vegan policy.
2. Consumers stop buying animal products.
Around the world, more and more livestock farmers are realizing the need for change. Many have stopped raising animals for slaughter, transitioning to a more compassionate, noble livelihood. One such farmer is Renee King Sonnen, co-founder of Rowdy Girl Sanctuary in Texas, USA.
I'm married to a multi-generational cattle rancher. I went vegan October 31st, 2014. What happened is I started questioning my husband. I started wondering why we weren't eating our own animals. You know, we always bought meat from the store and we sold the babies to the sale barn. I want to know why we don't eat our own animals. And he said, because I know them, Renee. And that didn't ring right for me. It took about 4 years of pressure from me to my husband for me to finally draw the line in the sand where I could no longer participate in the violence and the cruelty of sending the baby calves to the sale barn. You know, we are creating a new model that other ranchers are going to naturally want to gravitate to because the old paradigm isn't working. So ranchers are looking, they just do not know what to do.
This chicken farmer, cattle rancher family in the heart of chicken ranch country has gone vegan. They used to send to slaughter 100,000 chickens every 52 days. Get your mind around this. They have a cattle ranch operation, beautiful cows. Right now they have 205 cows that they refuse to send to slaughter. Cattle rancher, chicken farmers gone vegan.
Many other farmers around the world are also changing their lifestyles. In Sweden, Mr. Adam Andersson was formerly a goat farmer. After learning that livestock animal raising is one of the major contributors to global warming, Mr. Andersson decided that he needed to make a change. He researched his options, stopped raising goats, and is now growing organic oats instead. His crops are in high demand, and he sells them mainly to Oatly, a company that manufactures delicious oat-based milks and frozen desserts. In Devon, England, Mr. Silvalingam Vasantakumar, a long-time sheep farmer, was driving a truckload of lambs to the slaughterhouse one day when he had a sudden realization. In his heart, he began to feel the stress of the lambs who were about to be killed. He decided he could just not do that anymore. He had to say no to his way of life. So he turned his truck around, and instead of taking the lamb to the abattoir, he drove them to good heart animal sanctuaries. In lieu of sheep farming, Mr. Vasanta Kumar, the Shiny World's Compassion Award laureate, now grows vegetables and sells home-cooked Indian food. His story has touched hearts around the globe and inspired many others to follow in his footsteps. We will now take a moment to thank the divine for these kind-hearted farmers who are such wonderful role models for others to follow. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Welcome back as we continue to learn about other farmers who have transitioned from raising livestock animals to pursuing nobler ways of earning a livelihood. In Schoharie, New York, USA, we meet Mr. Bob Comis, a former hog farmer. While raising pigs, he had prided himself on being a humane farmer because he kept his animals outside in a natural environment. But he gradually realized the truth and said, behind the shroud, I am a slave holder and a murderer. After this self-realization, he stopped raising pigs and now manages a large vegetable farm where he grows everything from beets and squash to beans and potatoes. His transformation has been documented in the award-winning film The Last Pig. In Mudanjiang, China, 174 magnificent white foxes have been rescued and rehomed. Thanks to the efforts of Chinese animal activist Bo He and a Shiny World Compassion Award recipient, a woman who has devoted her life to saving animals. Bo He learned that a fur farm was going bankrupt, and to avoid the expense of feeding them, the owner was about to slaughter his white foxes. Through extensive negotiations, Bo He rescued the animals, and the monks at Buddhist Healing Nursing Garden are now caring for them until an adequate enclosure can be built. In her online posts, Miss Bo He said, "Tears of joy, now these foxes will be safe from harm and fed for the rest of their lives. These precious creatures are now able to run and play and live." Jennifer and Rodney Barrett of Arkansas, USA, are farmers who, for 18 years, bred and slaughtered chickens. When Miss Barrett was diagnosed with several serious medical conditions, she decided to experiment with a plant-based diet for 3 weeks. When she immediately noticed a great improvement, Jennifer and her husband adopted the vegan lifestyle. Jennifer gradually began to realize that her diet and livelihood were not in congruence. She says, "I remember standing in one of our chicken houses the day before they went to slaughter and feeling so heavy with grief that they were all going to die. My heart started to break when I would see their terror and suffering. Suddenly, I saw them as birds, not products." The couple has since closed down their poultry farm and is transitioning to growing mushrooms in their now vacant barns. In 2015, after 20 years of raising goats and running an award-winning goat cheese company, Carol and Julian Pierce of Mojave, California decided to go vegan upon realizing the cruelty of the goat dairy industry. They announced to their customers that they would stop breeding goats and turn their farm into the sanctuary at Soledad Goats. They have since transitioned into making a wide range of award-winning cashew cheeses, as well as vegan candies, chocolates, soaps, and candles. For many years, Supreme Master Ching Hai has promoted the plant-based lifestyle, which contributes to improved health, decreases environmental damage, and is more compassionate toward our animal co-inhabitants.
Truly, the new opportunities for the food industry, consumers, and governments are bright. There are many stories of success from people who joined the vegan food industry, as well as farmers who switch from livestock raising to organic vegan farming. It's high time that we advance to better ways as a society, a nobler way as a society. And governments could use their subsidies for people greatest benefit by supporting the earth-saving organic vegan farming practices and promoting a healthy, sustainable, resource-efficient food industry. Even without the civilization busters threatening our planet's survival, an organic vegan diet would immensely improve the quality of our lives, spiritually also. It can curb the water and food crisis and restore nature's life support systems. It also happens to be the most rapid, cost-effective, and the only feasible climate solution, one that every nation can easily implement. In sum, only with the organic vegan solution can we still save our planet.
Many thanks, Supreme Master Ching Hai, for your wisdom and insights on how we can save our lives and our planet. We pray that your wish for a vegan world soon comes true. Treasured viewers, thank you for your company today. Coming up next is Unity in Diversity Through the Vegan Diet interview with Dr. Anthony Chang Soy Loy, Vegan, Part 2 of 3, right after noteworthy news. Through the grace of the divine, may you be blessed with a long life and ever-growing wisdom.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/show.